Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How are you today on this Monday? What's up? What's up, my friends? I am so excited, beyond excited. It is, well, I have so much to tell you. Oh my God. Um, Today, I really have some exciting news for you, some unveilings for you, which has to do a lot with a new book project and a lot about self-love and self-acceptance because that is my groove. That is my jam. So I would love to hear from you if you have some issues around self-love, unconditional self-acceptance. I need to know about it because, yeah, because that's what I'm into. Hey, what's up, Gazit Kaya? It's good to see you. And Margareta, wonderful to see you as well. And hello, Lena. How are you? Oh, three of our authors so far. Lena Kirk was in the beautiful Time to Rise, and Gazit Kaya and Margareta are in an upcoming book. And that's what I want to talk to you about because if you read the title for today's video, it is about dun, 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 the difference between real self-love and narcissism. So I'd love if any of y'all out there have heard issues about, oh, self-love, that's so self-indulgent. It's all about lifting yourself up. It's not. Self-love is about honoring this gift of life, loving yourself, flaws and all, so that you can be your best self and live your true purpose in life. And yeah, so that's what we have to get into. So what's up, my friend Charlotte? It's wonderful to see you. So glad you're here. And hey, Claire, good to know you're here as well. And I don't know how to say your name, Baha, GQ, what's up? Glad you're in the house. And Chrysola, lovely to see you as well. And what's up, Jeanette? So this is a magical day for many of our authors. Why? Because this is the day they have to turn in their manuscripts. So we are publishing 2 books here at Make Your Mark Global. One of them is called Life After Trauma, Breaking the Silence to Inspire Resilience. This is the first book in a series called Life Rewritten. And we just want to highlight the fact that no matter what has happened to you in your life, if you've gone through drama or trauma, you can get past it. We humans are so resilient. And even though I may have my version of how to get past stuff, the authors in this book are each sharing how they have gone through serious life transformations. And I'm super excited because this is a momentous step. For many of these authors, this will be their first time sharing in English because we have authors from multiple different countries. Let's see, we've got Sweden, Norway, Denmark, United States. I think there might be a Canadian in there. Oh gosh, help me guys, chime in. Where else are you from? So that is one of the books that we're doing as well. And then we also have this book called Magic and Miracles. Dun, 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 dun. Move that over there. And the Magic and Miracles book is, again, real stories of people who've experienced something that you just have to call miraculous or magical or mystical. And again, this idea of sharing your personal story can be a little scary for some people, whether it's sharing in a foreign language for the first time for our non-native English writers, or you're sharing a piece of your story that you've never shared before. Now, our writer program is meant to help bring the voices, the messages, and the heart-inspired and soul-inspired wisdom from each of these transformational teachers. We want to get this wisdom out into the world so that we can end suffering, so that we can raise the vibration, raise the consciousness, of people on this planet so that we can be a positive force in the awakening and the healing of humanity. Now, I can say all of these words that sound like I'm truly from the land of woo, and I am, but I wasn't always comfortable doing that. I wasn't always comfortable, one, sharing the deep spiritual interests that I have. Like, I love being in the land of woo. I love connecting to higher states of consciousness, to talking to people on a soul level about what lights them up. That is what has always fascinated me from even my childhood. And the idea that each of us has a unique gift in this world, like you have a unique gift to share with the world. That hit me even as a young child. When I was getting sort of praise or attention for things that I was doing, whether that was on stage or winning the spelling bee or doing, really well at school, sometimes it made me feel very uncomfortable. And I would immediately turn around and try to lift other people up. Because sometimes people were looking like, how'd you get an A? I got a D. And sometimes that would make me feel bad. So rather than trying to make people be like me, I would focus on their strengths and just sort of like encourage them to be more of or express more of their authentic self. Now, I didn't have these words back then, but I've definitely felt like this calling to be a coach, to be a mentor, to be a cheerleader started in my childhood. But there came a point when I got to a certain level in school and a certain level in my career, and I would just want to share, like joyfully share the stuff that was going on. But some people, if they weren't really comfortable with themselves, they might interpret it as bragging. And I don't know about y'all, I am not somebody who likes to brag. I don't like to show off, but I do love to share my joy. And so this idea that praising yourself or acknowledging yourself for who you are, for being unique, you are unique. There's no other being on the planet like you. And you know what proves it? Your lip print, your fingerprint. Even if you were an identical twin, you'd still have different fingerprints and lip prints. You'd still have different soul prints because you came here to live out your mission. And so when I think back to the number of years that I hid, squashed, denied, and put aside my true self, which only led to more turmoil. It led to, it led to so much frustration and anxiety and ultimately depression. I think now that I'm free from that, I want to lift other people up. And being a performer naturally, it's easy for me to get on stage and share now. But for not everybody, it's not easy for many people because many people still associate wanting to be seen as being vain or being puffed up or full of themselves. And so what's fun for me is that being in a spiritual community, a community of people who are on their path, like consciously on a path to evolve and grow and ascend as souls, it means that we have to eventually be willing to be seen and heard because we are messengers. We're each teachers in our own special way. And I want to honor the people who have had confidence enough in me and in my company at Make Your Mark Global to bring their messages to the world. And I want to honor them because, one, it takes a lot of courage and bravery to share your authentic self, to share your heart and your tender, most vulnerable moments with the world. But it also takes courage to let me, sing about your praises and brag about you. So I just want to honor the authors who were in the book, Time to Rise. We had 23 authors from 11 different countries around the world who shared their stories and were interviewed by me. And now we've got another 20-something authors coming with these 2 books. And so this is not about being a braggart or being vain or being a narcissist. This is about aligning with your authentic self and recognizing that whatever is in your heart and soul has got to come out, because the alternative is misery. It is, and you know it is. So I want to just acknowledge who's here. What's up, Faida? Glad to see you here. And Efke, I'm glad you're here as well. Jacqueline, hey, what's up? And what's up, Trevor? Still in Iceland. I just came back from Iceland where I saw Trevor. I saw Solveig Þórarinsdóttir, who's in Time to Rise, and she's also in another book of mine. Ooh, where is it? Oh, I'm going to find it. This other book, Resilience Through Yoga and Meditation. Solveig is in here. And Juicy Jill, Dr. Juicy Jill Stalker was up in Iceland with us as well. So we had a little reunion. Also my daughter, Sienna Pennington, who's also in Time to Rise. So it was fun. Great to see everyone here. And so Margareta says, don't shine too much, dear. Just saw a video today that talks about just that. Shared it in the writers group. Ooh, okay. I can't wait to see that. So we have a private group for our Make Your Mark global authors where we stay connected. So I'm so happy and so proud of the peeps who are starting to send in the emails with their personal stories for these two books. And the reason I wanted to bring up this idea about self-acceptance is I remember hearing in my family that I couldn't rely on being an artist for security. Now, of course, depending on your generation, many parents have had that belief that, you need to go to school, get an education, get a secure job, a real job. But I was made to believe that being an artist was not as important or not as safe and secure as being a doctor. Now, yes, I went to medical school, did all of that, and here I am, being an artist. I don't regret it. I love the fact that I have all this medical knowledge and I'm teaching it and sharing it for resilience and vitality. But if I didn't honor the artistic side of me, I don't think I would be here today. It was literally by setting myself free or my soul free to sing and to create art that I actually found true self-acceptance, unconditional self-acceptance. Because I grew up in an environment and with a society that made me think that love or attention or affection or approval was very conditional. I very much needed to check certain boxes and do certain things right and avoid doing things that were wrong. And it hurt me so deeply that I stopped sharing my art. And it wasn't until I actually broke free from that I got a little happy. And so it's so cool for me today to be able to share with you that all the people that I'm working with now, and yes, they're still doctors and therapists and other healers and coaches, they all have this sort of sense of doing something a little different with a little more artistic flair. And I'm so grateful that the woman who painted this beautiful painting, her name is Laura Cassini, from Switzerland, she has been sharing kind of with me over the last year or so how she's been progressing as an artist. And in this real self-love community, we lift each other up, we celebrate each other, we continue to encourage each other when we make every little step. And when she heard about this new book, Magic and Miracles, which has got all these fabulous authors, she sent me a message on Facebook. And she was like, I want to contribute something for these authors. She said, I don't want to contribute a story, but I want to contribute art. So I'm so excited because these two books, the Magic and Miracles book and the Life After Trauma book, are both going to feature art. So for the Life After Trauma book, Stina Mo, and I can't remember her last name, how to pronounce it, Stina is going to be contributing art that goes on the back cover of, I have to figure out where I'm pointing, Life After Trauma. And guess what just arrived today? The FedEx guy came in and said, "Hey, I need to deliver something to you." Yes, Stine Mo Engelsrud. Engelsrud, I need to ask how to pronounce her last name. So I have not even unveiled this myself. I hope that Laura is here. I should have tagged Silvana Luna, but dun 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 dun, here it comes. This just arrived. The FedEx man said, I had to open up the door. There we go. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you ready? Are you excited? Now, I know I should have probably done a little bit more of the untaping, but I wanted you to know that I am going to see this in real time right along with you. Oh my gosh. So she has contributed some art to my house. I bought one of her prints last year because I thought it was just so stunning, which is on the wall in front of me. And many of you know that I wear this, the Smiler, which was painted by Gegga, who also painted this. And if you saw the one in my old studio, it's up there on the wall now, I'll point to it. Gegga has been just so amazing with all of the art that she creates that I'm just realizing, oh my gosh, Stina's here! Yay! Tell me how to pronounce your last name, love. She is, so Gegga has just been supporting me and sharing along the way. And I realize now I am so connected to all these amazing artists. And I realized, oh my God, my life would not be as happy if I didn't have the music, the art, and the experiences. Like art and spirituality and vitality, it all goes together for me. And so I'm finally here at this place of unconditional self-acceptance. And that's what I'm seeing happens. Thank you, Sarah. That's what I'm seeing is happening in this community. As people are breaking out of their fear nature, they're sharing their art, they're sharing their stories. It's like setting them free. Dun, 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 dun. Can you stand it? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me get the plastic off. Oh my God, this is so pretty. It's one of those things that when you see something in a photograph on Facebook and then you see it in real person, oh my goodness. I don't know how I'm going to show you this. Push the table back, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Is this beautiful or what? You can't even see how glistening this is. And it's upside down. But this, it's like the sand of the ocean or something. It's so shiny and glistening. It's beautiful, right? I don't know which exact piece we're going to have on the back cover, but can you see now how this is going to look so amazing? And she didn't even know, by the way, that the book cover was going to be in these colors. So excited. So excited. So I just had to share this with you all live. So amazing. It is so amazing. And Stina, if you'll give me permission, I'll also show the artwork that you have generously donated for the back cover of our Life After Trauma book. Thank you, Faida. Yes, thank you all. I'm so glad that you agree. Isn't it amazing? I'm so excited. So excited. So that just came in the mail today, and it happens to be the exact day that everyone has to turn in their stories. I know they're freaking out. Don't freak out, y'all. It's going to be okay. So for this program, each author was allowed to contribute 2,500 words of their own personal story. And I can tell you that even if it sounds like bragging, when you get to the point when you're willing to share so vulnerably from your heart, something happens. You get up-leveled to a whole new expression of yourself. And that sense of acceptance, when you finally put into words an experience that you may have had, it transforms it. It transforms your experience from one of pain and tragedy to one of triumph. And it's a matter of learning from our life lessons and getting beyond the shame and the guilt. I can't tell you how much energy I wasted hiding who I really am because of the shame and the guilt. And so I honor all of these beautiful authors and our artists who are contributing. So we have poetry going in these books, as well as the art on the back cover, and as well as inside. So, Stina, do I have your permission? I'm asking, can I show the back cover picture? Yes. Can I? Yes, transformation and freedom, Lena. It is so true. It is so true. Lena is one of the authors in Time to Rise. And it's transformational. When you can own your story, then you're free. When you can fully own your gifts and your talents, including the ones that people may have judged in the past, you're free. I feel so incredibly free right now, thanks to you, this community of people who are excited about the same things, the same ideas of spirituality and moving our lives forward collectively, expanding in global consciousness, like all of the things that I had to keep to myself because I was either judged or I was judging myself for being too woo-woo. Or having my head in the clouds. I mean, I'm very much grounded on the earth and doing my work here, but I love this connection that art and creativity brings. So anyway, I appreciate all of you being here and supporting. So you're going to see over the next couple of, few months, you're going to see the interviews rolling out. And so I am going to share what Stina has contributed for the back. So let's see, I'm going to find it here. So the funny thing is about Stina, she is contributing to the Life After Trauma book. And she told me about her story, which I'm not going to tell. You have to read it in the book. But I was so touched by her contact with art as a healing modality and what she's planning to do with it next, which I think is so awesome. And as I was scrolling through her artwork on Facebook, I was like, that looks like it should be on the back cover of the book. And dun da da da, this is it. Is that amazing or what? Okay, now I need to squeeze in here. Is that amazing or what? Like, it's so cool that through the archway from the Life After Trauma book, you can see all these flowers and like this shining light. And here Stina's got these beautiful images of these two children kind of standing in this shower of light and color. And I was like, oh my gosh, it is so on point, right? Isn't this exciting? So I have so loved the artwork that my design team have done. All of the book covers for, I think, the last 8 books that we've published, 8 or I don't know how many books, maybe more, 9 or 10 books that we've published, have been designed by my design team, including books that I haven't written, like Financial Planning for the Expats. It's not the right title. It's a financial planning book by Jennifer Patterson that went to #1 on Amazon. The beautiful book cover by Leslie Pine, who just wrote a book about being childless. All of these were really, really, really great books. And the beautiful book by Yvette Taylor that's coming out. It's exciting for me because I get to be just surrounded by all of this artistic beauty. So thank you so much, you guys, for chiming in. Margareta says, you feel so much more free about sharing your story and have been judged so much in the past. And you know what? I love my woohoo and magic. It makes me me, and I love me. Oh, Margareta. And I love you too, darling. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for sharing. I can't wait to read your story. And Om Shanti Naman. Good to see you here as well. Says you're great, Andrea. As always, you don't know how much it means to us. Keep going. Thank you, Naman. Om Shanti. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. So what else have you guys? Yes, Trevor, it is some lovely artwork. So that's it, my friends. I wanted to jump on because I'm getting ready to go on holiday. Yes, even I need a break after all I've been doing this year. It has been intense. And when I felt myself going on the verge of a breakdown or burnout, I realized, oh my goodness, I had one of those moments where I looked over my calendar and I was like, what can I cut? And you know, I'm old school. I like pen and paper. So even though I use Google Calendar and I have all these great reminder systems, I'm really a kinesthetic person. So I like to be like holding something. And when I started to look at my calendar for the rest of the year, notice that there's only space here in December. Because I've decided, y'all ain't getting me nowhere. I'm not coming to any events. Do not invite me. I love you, but no. Well, I'm doing one event in London, looks like December 3rd and 4th for Diamond Life Design. But literally, I am so booked. It's been a little bit crazy. But as I really, really stopped to look at each specific event, whether somebody else was inviting me to speak on their stage or promote their product or the events that I'm hosting myself, I really had to go within and say, all right, why am I doing this? Is this just business? Is this really aligned with my dharma? Is this me living my life purpose? Is this, is there anything I can drop? And the reality was, no. There wasn't much I could drop. And in fact, I think I added a couple of things because it was like, I'm committed. But one of the ways that I have allowed myself to keep going is to focus on resilience. So you're going to be hearing about my new Resilience Masterclass series. It's the Recovery and Burnout series. I'm super excited about that because I get to go into my nerdy neuroscience to teach all of us what you already know, but maybe you need a reminder of the brain chemistry that gets affected when you got a calendar like this, plus you got a kid and you got a company you're running. Like, we need sleep, we need play, we need adequate hydration, we need good, nutritious food. For some of us, we need supplements because what we're eating is not enough. We need downtime. That's why I'm going on vacation. I'm on my way to Italy to hang with some beautiful souls in the network of transformational leaders. I'm going to take another break in October. I'm going to India with the beautiful Sister Dr. Jenna and Sister Geeta from the Brahma Kumaris for our annual America Meditating Retreat. So excited about that. But I have all these other projects that are on. And so focusing on resilience and focusing on helping people and myself achieve higher states of consciousness. Like, that is my focus. We all need to be really clear about the relationships we get into, the commitments we get into. I'm going there. The projects that we say yes to. Because your vital life force energy is something that we end up spilling out everywhere, from social media to the commitments that we've said yes to that we probably shouldn't, to all of the activities of daily living. We need to be conscious. I'm not saying you have to be careful. I'm not saying you have to become a hermit, though I do love that. But I'm saying it's on us to be conscious of how we use our life force. Because if you I don't know which system you believe in, whether it's Ayurveda or the Chinese medical system. I hope it's not conventional medical system. But we have all this energy flowing through us, and it's flowing through the heavens and through the earth. You know, as an acupuncturist, I know that I can contact your body's life force energy. In the Chinese system, we call it qi. In Japan, it's ki. In the Ayurvedic system, it's prana. In the Indian system, it's prana. Whatever you call that energy, we can contact it with little acupuncture needles. And the thing about acupuncture is, when we contact the qi, it's not the acupuncture needle that's healing you. It's allowing your body to return to its state of innate vitality so that your body heals itself. And if we look at, say, the Chinese system of belief, when we're born, we have a certain amount of life force energy or jing that's stored in our kidneys. And if you end up wasting that, you can't get it back. Now, yes, through practices like Qigong and Tai Chi, we can take in Qi from the outer world. If we're eating healthfully, we can also revitalize our Qi. But if you wear down your system too much, that accelerates the aging process, which means you're going to shorten your lifespan and definitely shorten your health span, meaning you're putting yourself at risk for diseases and breakdowns. And I think I got so frustrated finding out that many of my heart-centered, soul-inspired entrepreneurs were also reaching burnout. And I think it's because we, as compassionate caregivers, we give and give and give and give. Sometimes we still have a little codependent stuff working that we haven't worked out. We give too much and we burn out. And I am determined to help more of us avoid burnout, get out of burnout, and to maintain your vital life force energy so that you can elevate your state of consciousness, elevate even your superpowers, or Naman, you would probably call them siddhis, right? Like through the practice of meditation, of certain breathing practices, we can actually tap into our innate vitality code to activate certain genes, to activate certain gifts and abilities. You know, you're going to read about a lot of people in these books who have done just that. And so my focus now is to continue to share these messages, sharing even my own stories that previously I only told to people that were close to me. But I'm no longer afraid of judgment. And Naman, you asked me, how do I stay fearless? I don't think I'm ever totally fearless. I think ultimately I just recognize that the way I've decided to live my life is in a state of flow where I am open and willing to let energy come through me and from me to live what I believe is my dharma, my life purpose. And I can say that when I didn't do that, when I stayed in a state of fear, when I allowed myself to hide, when I felt too afraid to share what was really in my heart, I suffered even more. So I was saying this recently, that all of the fear of judgment, like if you really trace it back, you know, so there were some people that asked about this book, and they said, wow, what if I share my story in your book, Life After Trauma? And, you know, they're like, some of my family members are going to read it. And I said, okay, what's the worst that can happen? Well, they could get angry because, you know, I'm putting our business out in the streets. Okay. So what's the worst that can happen with that? Well, they may not speak to me ever again. What's the worst that can happen with that? I might be alone. What's the worst that can happen with that? It's like there was this pause. It's like, well, who would I eat Christmas dinner with, or Thanksgiving dinner with, or... But as we continue to go and ask, so what is so scary or bad about that? They realized that if people left their life based on them sharing their truth. Nobody in my books is sharing any mean stories. I mean, I wouldn't be publishing them. But what they realized is there's a great deal of fear that we might be rejected, that we might be judged, that people might laugh at us. But there's also a great deal of fear about success. Because if we are successful and suddenly we have all this attention on us, some of us don't know how to deal with that. I know I didn't for a while. It was like, whoa, what is all this praise? I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want to go back, do my thing. You guys can clap outside, clap. I'll take a bow, and that's it. But when people started to come backstage when I was performing and give me flowers and give me stuff, I was like, whoa, I don't need all this. What's going on? So it can be scary. I get that. But for me, Naman, to answer your question, I got to a point where I realized not taking action hurt me even more than staying in that fear or anxiety and worry about what would happen if other people judged me. And I shared recently on Instagram TV, my first kind of crazy foray into Instagram TV. I shared something that I wrote about in the Orgasm Prescription for Women and in my other book, I Love You Me. I have a set of criteria by which I evaluate outsiders. So I'm not going to say all of it because it's a little aggressive. But the bottom line is, Naman, the way that I look at fear for myself is there's a couple of things. The first one is, if I don't take action, am I going to regret it? Because in my case, what I noticed years ago was when I didn't take action and then I saw somebody else doing it, I'm like, oh, I had that idea. And then I would get frustrated and then I would beat myself up. That feeling, I don't like it. Now I know that through meditation, through surrender, I come into contact with this creative genius mind of God, whatever it is. I get ideas and I consider them to be gifts. I consider it a privilege that I get to download certain things. And now I recognize if I don't take action, it's almost like a slap in the face to the divine. So regret is one of them. But the other thing that I do to avoid this idea of giving into fear, and it depends on where you guys are in your life. I don't know how old you are, Naman, but I'm out of the house. I don't live with my folks. So there comes a moment in an adult's life when you realize I need to put food on the table, right? We all need to eat. We need food. We need shelter, right? So if I was worried about the judgment of somebody else and it was keeping me up at night, I finally got to this point of realizing, what do I even care? If this person likes me or doesn't like me, if they talk about me, if they judge me for the clothes I'm wearing or the car I'm driving, is that going to affect my ability to put food on the table? Because at the really basic level, that's most important. I can only say this now because I went through so many years, like decades, of caring about what other people think. Okay, so Naman, you're 18, so you're young, my friend. You're young. But I'll tell it to you just like I would tell it to my daughter who's only 12. The reality is, no matter how hard you work to try to get people to like you, not everybody's going to like you. No matter how hard you work to try to get accepted, to do the right things, to be in the right circles, there's always going to be another circle that you don't fit into. You cannot please everyone all the time. You can look at the world's greatest leaders and holy figures. There are people who would still criticize Mother Teresa or Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, you can't please everyone. And so at the end of the day, you really have to be tuned into your values. What do you value? What do you want to bring to this world through this life that you've been given? And again, if that person is not directly tied to putting food on the table, forget them, right? It's like, is this person, the father of my children? They deserve respect. If not, forget about them. Is this person, so much fun that I just want to hang out with them and, we're great friends? Okay, I would give them the time of day. But if not, does their opinion really affect who I am? And when I wake up tomorrow morning, after having a day of anxiety, checking myself, holding myself back, not living up to my potential, when I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm upstairs in bed and I'm going, I need to be able to look at myself and look at my day and my life with a sense of peace and confidence. And if anybody out there that I'm looking at or I'm worried about their judgment, if they are not able to help me further my progress, further my goals on this planet, help me evolve, then why should I give any of my energy away to worrying about them? Like, forget about it. That's right, Trevor. Peace out, haters. So in this community, we throw shine. We throw no shade. It's really about, getting to the point of unconditional self-acceptance. So Margareta says, I've learned throughout the years to not care about that anymore. And it's okay, because for them, you're wrong, because you're doing something out of their comfort zone. In most cases, that is the truth. We do stuff that other people are not comfortable with, and then they judge us because they weren't so bold to step up and do it. But I'm with you, Margareta. I'm just like, I don't let it affect me anymore. Not anymore. Now I'm here to connect with you. I'm here to connect with the beautiful souls that want to create beauty, art, soul-inspiring projects. That's what I care about. Because ultimately, I'm doing something good with my life force. So that when I die, I can look back and really appreciate the time I spent on this little blue dot floating through the universe. And so there you have it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share the great unveiling of this beautiful piece of art. So amazing. So many thanks and blessings to Silvana Luna on Facebook, but it's really Laura Cassini. So grateful for this art. And Stina Mo Engelsrud, thank you for the art that you're contributing to Life After Trauma. Thank you to all of my authors, from Turning Points to Time to Rise, to the beautiful Yvette Taylor, Leslie Van Oostenbrugge, Helen Rebello, whose book is also coming out this fall. We have a full roster, y'all. That's why I'm going on vacation this week, because we have back-to-back book launches. Leslie Pine, Jennifer Patterson. So all of these amazing authors are people who've come out this year or are coming out this year with Make Your Mark Global. I'm honored that I get to be the one to share your messages with the world. So I thank you for sharing your art and sharing your heart with us. And I look forward to reading all of these story submissions that are coming in. So for those of you who are not in the book, you will be able to pre-order the books sometime in October. And they are all coming out in November for the two books that I told you about today. We will be doing some book launch stuff in the United Kingdom. So we will be in London for one of the book launches, and Miami. We will be in Miami, Florida, November 17th and 18th for the Real Self-Love Days. So if you haven't joined already, please visit realself.love and join the Real Self-Love community. You'll get access to a bunch of downloads of guided meditations, masterclasses that I host live, where you get to ask me questions and other people questions. And if you are at all curious, maybe Sarah, you could share the link for our burnout quiz. We have been asking people, like, do you know if you're at risk for burnout? Well, we have a very handy-dandy, nifty little burnout quiz that will help you determine your risk for burnout. And this is all in advance of our masterclass series. So the masterclass series on stress and recovery and how to increase your vitality so that you can enhance your superpowers of healing and resilience and creativity, that is coming August 16th. Can you even believe it? Oh my gosh, August 16th will be our first live, totally free masterclass where I will be sharing all about really the neuroscience and the neurochemistry of stress and burnout, like what happens in the brain with our chemistry, what happens with our hormonal system. Why do some people, when they're under extreme stress, tend towards chronic fatigue, burnout, emotional exhaustion? Why is it that autoimmune conditions get stirred up? Depression, anxiety, and even memory problems. We're going to go through all of that. And it's all my gift to empower you to be as healthy, happy, and whole as you are meant to be. So I thank you all for being here. I thank you for the love and the support over the past year or so as I've gone through my ups and downs. Naman, so glad that this has been empowering. And absolutely, Stina, I am so, so happy that you're sharing your stories. And, oh, Shelley, one of our functional medicine experts. Love, love, love to you, Shelley. She's got a book coming. Don't know if it's going to be this year or the next year, but it's going to be good. Shelley, I am announcing the whole supplement thing on August 16th. So if you can join us for that first live masterclass, the Burnout Recovery Series, I think we should be able to. Should we share the link, Sarah? Are you still there, Sarah? Tell me, should we share the link? You can sign up for the masterclass series. And on August 16th, that is when the new line of supplements for innate vitality will be available to the public. I know some of y'all snuck and got some supplements already, but they will be open to the rest of the world to really just help you balance your brain chemistry and your hormones. So look for that. And yes, I am going to enjoy my holiday with the network of transformational leaders. I'm going to see my other Icelandic friend, Runa Magnusdóttir, and Kitty from Kitty Talks, and some other amazing people. I can't name them all. Ian Young, Suzanne Franson, Nick Haynes. Anyway, I can't give everybody a shout out today because I'm in packing mode. So I am sending you guys so much love from here, the south of France. I will see you when I get back from vacay. Hopefully, a little more tan and a little more relaxed before we go into our big masterclass series. Have a fabulous week, my friends. Much love to you. Bye.